The wait is over.
I will not go gently into that good night.
The next chapter in wrestling history is about to unfold.
You are fighting someone that you've never seen before.
Tomorrow night, a new era arrives. These athletes, doers, and dreamers will do it for something more.
Antonio Inoki was a legend, a man who paved the way for all of us.
This is AEW Countdown to WrestleDream.
The true greats are always 2 steps ahead.
The camera!
The official didn't see it!
We have a new TNT champion!
I promise you this, I will take this championship to new heights, and we will remain the face of TNT now and forever.
The TNT Championship used to mean something.
This championship is worthy of the man that carries it, and that's me.
Say it now! Who is the TNT champion?
Darby Allin did all he could, no doubt about it.
The only time I felt validated when I became TNT champion. If I have to go through Christian to feel validated once more, so be it.
I told my daughter that once she turned 7, I would start finishing up on my career.
Dragon Bollocks. Bryan Danielson.
I'm a man who keeps my promises, especially to the people I love. So guess what? Time is running out.
About bloody time. I've been waiting, mate.
I will not go gently into that good night.
In 2008, you helped to kickstart my career. Darling, I've got some bad news for you. You don't have another year left.
I am Odysseus, headed home from the Trojan War, and I'm gonna fight the Cyclops. You're gonna have to tie me to the mast so I can face the Siren Song, and I'm gonna kick everybody's head in. If this is my last year, this will be the most epic year of my career.
But I can't think of a better time, a better place than WrestleDream.
I'm calling my shots!
See what I'm saying?
Mr. MJF. Mr. Cole. We have one question to ask you two. Do you ache for a feeling that you fake to feel?
Boys, just like everyday society, all the fake people of the world are bonded by materialistic things. Just like the two of you. And we're gonna rip apart the bond that keeps you two together, which just happens to be the ROH World Tag Team Championships.
Death walks. See what I'm saying?
Right now, no one can defeat FTR. Right now. Dax and Cash are wrestling at a level that I've never seen in tag team wrestling.
Make no mistake about it, FTR is next level.
FTR live, eat, breathe tag team wrestling. There is nothing more besides their families that they love than tag team wrestling.
Who's going to walk out of WrestleDream as the AEW Tag Team Champions? Only when the champions are the best tag team in the world in FTR. And you look at their legacy as champions and what they've proved time and time again. It's very hard to bet against Wheeler and Harwood.
Little girl, you are so young and naive. Didn't even see your full potential until he showed you. Now, you are reborn and finally free. Behind that mask, you are the princess of the Black Throne, keeper of secrets. You see, behind all their masks, all their lies, all their crimes, it's time to expose them. The world needs to hear your voice. you see your full potential. Expose the others, and they shall see. You are more than a little girl.
When All Elite Wrestling started up, you, Hangman, were the cornerstone of this company. They helped build all this around you. You were handpicked from the hierarchy of All Elite Wrestling to be the franchise player, and look what you've done.
Being a former AEW champion, Adam Page certainly is going to have some confidence going into this match. But I think he's going to be far more inspired by the words of Swerve Strickland, who said that he didn't deserve all the opportunities that he got.
It's a shame, Hangman. It's a shame that your wife and kids got to see their father walk away from more responsibilities. You've gotten comfortable.
I don't think there's any doubt that Swerve Strickland struck a nerve with Adam Page.
That I've gotten comfortable with my spot here.
Don't worry about your family. Don't worry about your kids. Don't worry about your job. Don't worry about your wife. Because you're gonna need an empty mind in order to deal with me.
When you talk about Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland at WrestleDream, you first have to address the elephant in the room.
I'm coming for that spot that you act like you don't even want.
In the heart of a pro wrestler, there is a pride that is never comfortable, that is always striving to be better.
Option A, move out of the way and let me take that slot.
I think Adam Page has to view Swerve Strickland as a threat to his spot.
Or option B, you pony up, you man up, you cowboy up, you do whatever you have to do to find that little spirit inside of you, that fire. Show me, show these people, show yourself what cowboy is all about.
Swerve Strickland, what a son of a bitch.
It's a shame that your wife and kids got to see their father walk away from more responsibilities.
This guy has the audacity, the galls to come out to the ring and say that he wants my spot, he wants my position in this company. And you know what? I'll give it to him.
Did I strike a nerve with you, Hangman? Good. I can tend to do that with people. I'm really good at my job. So are you. You're also great at kissing ass at your job.
He should want my position because every person in this building knows who the I am.
He woke up a former AEW World Tag Team Champion, a former AEW World Champion.
Them sound like fighting words to me, Hangman.
If he beats Adam Page clear in the middle of the ring, he deserves that title opportunity.
We do this when I say, where I say. In the city of Seattle, also known as whose house?
Do you know how many times I came into this building before anyone else and paced and looked and paced and thought, and how many times I went home and my wife had to pull me to the side and say, hey, you're putting too much into this. You're losing it a little bit. I need you here.
That's what it takes. You don't think I understand what that's like? I had a fiance. I got rid of her for this. I had a family. I got rid of them for this. I knew exactly what you're going through.
If you want my spot, come and try to take it. So many have, and nobody's done it. These people, they deserve the best of me.
It's life. What's a buckshot to a kill shot? And it's death.
You will get the best of Hangman.
And there's no in between.
The whole event is in honor of Antonio Inoki.
Seattle, Washington, WrestleDream.
I can't think of a better way to honor Inoki-san than to find out who the best technical wrestler in the world really is.
If this is really going to be Bryan Danielson's last year, you can expect, as he said, the most critically acclaimed year of his career.
I'm not nervous to wrestle the great Bryan Danielson, no. I'm nervous that Bryan Danielson won't even make it to the match.
Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr. now takes on a second life, bigger than it would have been the first time, because now we've all had over a year to chew on it, to think about it.
There's a reason why this is one of the matches that I want in my last year as a full-time wrestler. There is nobody in the entire world that wrestles like Zack Sabre Jr.
In 2023, Bryan, I end your career.
Yeah, I think him saying that he's going to end my career is a recent thing, but I'm not ready yet.
The idea that the best really does bring out the best from the best is paramount to this matchup, and I think one of the reasons why Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. is on a whole other level.
Many have said that Zack Sabre Jr. can beat Dragon in a technical match. So if Dragon can put Sabre Jr. behind him, it will be a great first step on that journey home for Odysseus.
One thing that I think he lacks is a desire for violence. I like feeling the pain. I also like feeling when other people are in pain.
And that's beautiful, and that's poetic, but ultimately it's going to be a very violent run-in for Bryan Danielson, because there are a lot of people out there who want to have that match, who want to make their mark on the man who once was considered the best wrestler in the world.
He chickened out last year. Well, this year it will happen. AEW, make sure it bloody happens. Zack Sabre Jr., the best technical wrestler in the world.
Still to come, the TBS Championship is on the line when Chris Statlander defends her title against Julia Hart, and Darby Allin is coming home as he looks to take back the TNT Championship in Seattle. But up next, we take a special look at Antonio Inoki. MJF puts the ROH World Tag Team titles up for grabs against the Righteous. And will we see new AEW World Tag Team Champions when Aussie Open looks to dethrone FTR?
51 years ago, Antonio Inoki stepped forward to create a legacy in professional wrestling that nobody can deny.
So Antonio Inoki has meant so much to professional wrestling. I mean, he just had all of these ideas that would seem wild. Like, imagine being a professional wrestler and saying that you want to fight the biggest boxing star in the world. Imagine taking a show to North Korea in the name of peace. For me, as an individual, I'm not sure my career would have gotten to the heights that it did if it weren't for Antonio Inoki and what he's done.
Antonio Inoki was a legend, a dreamer, a man who paved the way for all of us.
And it's all about, respecting a man who believed that pro wrestling could be all over the world, could be global, and that was Antonio Inoki.
It's a pretty amazing thing AEW and Tony Khan is taking the time to focus on such a great legend like Antonio Inoki. His thoughts and his mindset about professional wrestling completely changed my world and changed the way that I think about professional wrestling now and forever.
This is Tony Khan's tribute to a legendary figure in professional wrestling.
I think the biggest hurdle that Adam Cole and MJF have faced is all the background noise. It's all the chatter.
These two men realize how much their friendship means to one another. That bond, that trust is strengthened, and their work as a tag team is strengthened.
Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby?
Unfortunately, this is a sad chapter of the story.
Adam Cole is a hero, coming out to the aid of MJF while he is in a submission chokehold.
And because we can't defend these titles, guys, unfortunately, we have to relinquish.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I know how much those ROH tag team titles mean to you. I want to make sure when you come back, these will be waiting for you. I am going to defend our ROH titles in a handicap match, and we are going to win because we're better than you, baby!
Can he hang on to those titles by himself?
I think it's very ambitious to defend those titles against the Righteous in a handicap match.
Devil or not, nobody can hurt the two of us any more than we can hurt ourselves.
But I don't believe in the devil, man! We're here to tell you the truth.
They've been very successful. They're very bizarre, really bizarre.
We don't need to physically hurt the two of you. We just think it.
We've seen the Righteous in their time in Ring of Honor, and now their time in AEW, that they're an incredible tag team. They came away with a victory over one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Vincent has just pinned Jeff Hardy.
So what power do you really think you have over us?
This is really gonna show us what the real salt of the earth that we get from MJF. He's gonna really have to dig down deep with this one, having Adam Cole out on the sidelines.
He's out and MJF is done.
Well, you two don't have to worry about self-destruct anymore.
because old Vincent and Dutch are here to purify the two of you and take away those Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
Dig what I'm saying, baby?
It's an old Chinese proverb. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.
FT, are you paying attention?
Aussie Open have been taking more than one step towards the AEW Tag Team titles. They could shock the world.
They're going to look to overachieve. They have the talent and the ability to do it.
When it comes to FTR, we can respect what they've done for tag team wrestling, but what we cannot respect is them going around and calling themselves the best tag team in the world, because they are not.
For FTR, 2022 was the year that we wanted to prove ourselves as the greatest tag team in the world. One match that stands above almost all the other ones we had was Aussie Open in London for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. For 38 minutes, we fought those guys. They almost beat us. And now, a year to the day, October 1st, 2023, but this time is for the richest prize in professional wrestling, the AEW World Tag Team Championship. There's a lot of parallels between FTR and Aussie Open. We've been the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, so have they.
You've won the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, so have we. I'm on my hands and knees right now, I'm begging you. I want the biggest, baddest bastard tag team in the world.
The story of Aussie Open isn't monumental mountains that we climb again and again.
We're gonna beat you again, 1 year later.
We work harder than anybody in this business to show that we're the best tag team going in the world today.
If you don't bring that dog October 1st, we are everything we say we are! Don't even show up. Top Guys, out.
Coming up next on AEW Countdown to WrestleDream. Can Chris Statlander stay red hot in Seattle as she defends the TBS Championship against Julia Hart? And what will happen when the TNT champion Christian Cage comes face to face with Darby Allin at WrestleDream?
Do you see this? This violence will not end!
Julia Hart thinks that she found her full potential now that she's joined the House of Black, and sure, maybe you have gotten a little bit more intense, a little more intimidating.
Over 24 bodies stacked, and this will not end until we get to the one.
You've always been someone that needed someone behind you. Can you stand on your own, Julia?
The last lost Chris Statlander.
And I think deep down inside, you're just a scared little girl that always needs guidance. I don't think you've proven that you can handle being a champion.
Put your TBS title on the line.
The balls, the nerve to not only have you call me out when I wasn't even there, but you had Brody King do it for you.
Remember, Chris, the house always wins.
You couldn't even stand out there and look me in the eye and call out a championship match all on your own.
Since joining House of Black, Julia Hart is a completely different person than we knew from before, and not only that, a completely different competitor. Somebody that has become ruthless, somebody that has become brutal.
Julia, I think you definitely have way more potential now than you ever did before. You're on a 20-plus match winning streak right now. Last time you've lost was to me.
Chris Statlander has never had a run quite like this in professional wrestling. Undefeated over the last 5 months. The dominant TBS champion. Julia Hart has a chance to end this. Julia Hart has a chance to embarrass Chris Statlander.
Julia says she's more than a little girl. Sure, great. I say that I'm more than a woman. I don't want to have to make an example out of Julia Hart at WrestleDream, but I have to. I am a fighting champion. I am the fighting champion. And a spooky little bitch like you is no match for Chris Statlander.
I've waited to be in the main event of an AEW show for so long. My whole entire life, I never felt good enough. There was always a voice in the back of my head saying, you shouldn't be here. You don't deserve any of this. But like I said, the only time I felt validated was when I was TNT champion. Then you got a guy like Christian Cage. He's got the one thing that made me feel like I meant in this whole entire world.
I don't care, Darby. I'm just cementing my legacy. I know in my heart, Darby, that you're nowhere near the man that I am.
The true patriarch of AEW,
Nick Wayne. I understand your father is dead. If you play your cards right, kid, I'll be there to mentor you, the TNT champion.
And I would like to dedicate this victory to Nick Wayne's mom and to Nick Wayne's late father, Buddy.
Buddy Wayne, that man changed my life. But I told myself, I'm gonna look after Nick.
You think you're helping that boy? You're not the mentor that he needs. He needs a champion. He needs a real man. Someone that doesn't paint his face to hide his true identity.
You think I hide behind this face,
I do! You're nowhere near the wrestler that I am. I asked for this 2 out of 3 match because I want to see what you can do when you actually wrestle.
2 out of 3 falls? I am not losing in Seattle.
You're never gonna be a champion, period, as long as I'm in AEW.
Darby Allin is not going to go away until I make him go away. And you want to know what the end game is? You said that death doesn't frighten you. You even embrace it at times. At WrestleDream in Seattle, Washington, in your hometown, I'd like to know if you're going to feel the same way when you realize that your career is dead.
You haven't seen until you wrestle Darby in Seattle. At WrestleDream, in the main event, you are fighting someone that you've never seen before.
This is the perfect ending for you, Darby. In your hometown, in front of your family, your friends.
You are gonna fall at the feet of the reigning, defending TNT champion,
Christian Cage.